is not another race. Le Mans is the race. There is something about Le Mans that absolutely shines all other motoring events in the world.
It's a childhood dream for me. You know, I had a go-kart when I was 8 years old, and the pictures of my father racing against Lance Verventlow and Scarabs, and Richie Ginther and Chuck Days, and for me to be racing right now and be at Le Mans, you know, I got goosebumps.
It is an endurance event. It does test the machine and the systems and the man to his absolute limits. The Mulsanne Straight, I would suppose, separates this from any other race in the world. Every single time you go down that straight, I don't care who you are well aware that you are traveling at speeds that are not equaled anywhere else in motor racing. And you do it lap after lap after lap after lap, and it goes on forever and ever and ever. The bottom line is that there's no other motor racing event like Le Mans.
The 52nd running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the ultimate endurance challenge. Founded in 1922 to dramatically demonstrate the reliability of the motor car to a most suspicious French public, Le Mans has grown to become the contest for manufacturers to test the speed, performance, and endurance of their products in head-to-head competition. But Le Mans is more than a test of technology. It's a test of human stamina.
We've had the car since June last year, and we've done a lot of testing and development. Already done a 24-hour race, so hopefully we know what's going to make it go that far. We'll find out.
Well, the biggest thing is we have to pay a lot of attention to minor details, being certain that every part of the car can do its job fully. Tight, all the connections, electric connections especially, are good and secure. You know, the vibration doesn't loosen any parts of the car during the race.
What I'm going to do is separate the cars by 2 laps at the beginning.
Everybody's going to run that.
Yeah, and then we can bring them in and have them separate, and then we'll have a bunch of guys to work on one car at a time.
We're pretty much at the point right now where there's nothing more we can do to the cars. We've done our best.
I don't get nervous before 24-hour races much because they're so long that and you're really not going to do much racing, usually, until the very end, if you're lucky.
It's good that you get into a rhythm, you know what you've got to do, and it just happens on schedule.
The engine's really reliable. We've got a really good chance.
Very tense.
Within the first hour, Busby, Knoop, and Haya have jumped into the category lead. Car 68 follows in second. Strategy is in the hands of team manager Jim Tully.
We sit down just before the race. We normally sit down and rough out a basic strategy of where we'd like to be, how we think we're going to run the race. But the real strategy is actually when the race is taking place, because you then have to take into consideration how the other competitors are running. the people you're competing against directly, whether they're ahead of you, whether they're behind you, whether you need to run faster, slower. And I do most of my race strategy in the pits as it happens. I find that's the bit. It's worked for us this year. We've made decisions as the race has progressed, and we've been very fortunate. These guys are getting 7.4 to the gallon, and you're getting less, a litre less every 15 laps.
Well, then back it off a little and see.
Okay.
Just try it. What revs is he using?
Okay.
As night falls, the cars maintain their lead and the crew maintains their vigil. But the attention of the spectators has turned to other activities of the evening. The Le Mans Carnival.
At night at 3 in the morning, I sometimes wondering what in the blazes I'm doing here. Can I see the flagger? God, I wonder if that was just an oil flag I just went by. It's a lot like skin diving at midnight. You know, you don't really see. You've got a little bit of light, but you seem like you're always overrunning those lights. I was behind a group of cars, and up ahead was a lot of sparks coming out of the left-hand side of this Porsche. So I went to the left, and I saw something fly. I assume it was a piece of bodywork. I was traveling well over 150, and I hit it, and I was just hoping I wasn't going to get launched to the stars.
I always tell my guys not to panic. Do it as quickly as you can, but don't fumble. And sometimes, in actual fact, the fastest way to do it is slowly. Take your time, be sure. You don't want to have to do it twice. Sometimes if you hurry, you fumble.
After 10 long minutes, the damage from the incident is repaired. 67 returns to the race, now in 4th place. Dawn, just 7 hours to go. The Morton Osteen Katayama BFG Lola is holding first. 67 has moved up to 3rd. The final hour, with victory in sight, the RPMs on the engines are dropped. The drivers ease up. One more lap. 2,692 miles down, 8 to go.
Last lap, isn't it?
Yeah, last lap was 320.
Morton, Osteen, and Katayama take first in the C2 category. Busby, Knoop, and Haya are 3rd. Making the victory even sweeter is the fact that the C2 winning BFG Lola has averaged 112.5 miles per hour for the 24-hour contest, faster than the overall winner's average just 5 years earlier on pure racing tires.